I'm really glad to be talking to you today. I'm going to tell you a story that was told to me about a garden. And the gentleman that told me the story was an American Indian. And he was my age and he had braids. And when I met him, he had a white leather jacket with fringe on it. And this man, his name was Indian Bill, had played for the Chicago Cubs when he was a young man. And when he grew up, he spent a good part of his adult life traveling in New Mexico and Arizona and Colorado, seeking wisdom from shaman, medicine men, wise women. He spent his life gathering wisdom. I had never met him until one day at church I heard, excuse me, I need to talk to you. I'm like, is this person talking to me? And I looked around and there was Indian Bill. And Indian Bill said, it's really important that I talk to you. I have to tell you something. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm not going anywhere. Tell me what you need to tell me. And he said, you have a beautiful garden. And I said, well, thanks a lot, but I'm not really an outdoors girl, more of a bookworm and don't do much with dirt, but don't even have a garden. He said, that's not what I'm talking about. And this is what he told me. He said, each of us walk in the center of a circle, and the circle goes out about 3-4 feet. It's like our aura, our energy field, our circle, or our garden. And he said that when the angels and when God looked down on the earth and the people of the earth, they actually see gardens. Everybody's walking in a little plot or a little garden. And he said the gardens can be beautiful, radiant, glorious, and that the gardens can be so beautiful that the fragrance actually goes up to the heavens. Likewise, he said, gardens can be a mess. They can be like a dump, like a dumpster, like rotting, like eggshells and glass shards and just festering mess. And he said the garden depends on our souls, the shape of our souls, and our hearts, the shape of our hearts. And he said that the beautiful gardens are made up of a happy heart, a joyful heart, a forgiving heart. Likewise, he said the yuck gardens are made up of haters, hate energy, unforgiving energy, bitterness energy. I can't stand that kid of mine. You know what that kid did now? Oh my God, my neighbor parked in my spot. I cannot believe she did. My boss. I hate him. I hate him. And this hate energy makes the garden horrific. How do you feel when you're walking around? I can't stand him. How do you feel in that chaos? You feel like crap. Likewise, when you're in a really good place, how do you feel? You feel great. And this is the truth that Indian Bill told me. He said that with the haters and with the non-haters, it's not other people that mess up our garden. He told me they don't have the power to touch one flower in your garden, not even one. They cannot pull out a single flower, not one. They can't throw a single beer can into your garden. Can't do it. You have to do it. When that neighbor parks that car in your spot again, you can have a beautiful garden and you can say, oh my gosh, Emma forgot again. I'm going to have to go over and remind her one more time. And what happens then? Your garden's beautiful. Even though Emma parked in your space one more time, your garden's still beautiful. Likewise, you could go, she parked her damn car in my space. And what happens to your garden? It's a mess. Nobody has the power to mess up your garden except you. You can walk in beauty all day long or you can walk in a garden that sucks all day. And the choice is yours. Every single day when you wake up, you get to choose. Do I walk in peace and serenity and joy in the midst of a beautiful garden? Or do I walk in chaos? Yuck! I get to choose. And I tell you something interesting. Not even the gates of hell can prevail against your garden unless you let it. You can go to the doctor one day and he can tell you, you know what? You have 1 year to live and then you're going to die of cancer. 1 year. And you can destroy your garden. I'm going to die. Oh my God. I only have 1 year. Everybody else gets to live. I'm going to die. That's not. You can destroy your own garden just like that. Or you can choose to keep your garden beautiful when the gates of hell are staring you right in the eye. You can stare back, stare them down and say, you know what? I've got 1 year to live and I'm going to make that year count. I'm going to be grateful for every day of that year. I'm going to be so glad I have a year to say goodbye, to experience. You get to choose. Every single day, you get to choose to walk in the beauty of a beautiful garden or the yuck of a not beautiful garden. I went back to church the next Sunday and someone came up to me and they said, Nancy, did you ever meet Indian Bill? I said, funny you should ask. I met him just last week. He told me he had something he had to tell me. And they just looked at me. I said it was so weird because he kept saying, I have to tell you something. She looked at me and she said, Nancy, on Wednesday, Indian Bill died of an aneurysm. It's like, what? He's dead? And she said, yeah, he's dead. And I was like, I had like goosebumps on my goosebumps because he had to tell me the story of the garden. It was something I had to know. And now I'm in a place where I can actually share the story that Indian Bill needed to tell me before he passed with you. And I've enjoyed telling you the story of the garden. Hope you keep your garden lovely, and thanks a lot.